Hi everybody, and welcome to this video on how to build a yard lamp. In this video I'll be talking you through how I scratch built these lamps in 4mm double O gauge, but of course you can use exactly the same method to create your own lamps in any other scale or gauge you're working in. So, what did I use to actually build these lamps? Well, first thing is a pack of kebab sticks. These are designed for barbecuing, and so they're nice and long and ideal for what we're about to build. I've got some various gauges of wire, a pack of Slater's plastic card microstrip, obviously other suppliers are available if you prefer. From Online Models Limited I found these spot lamp heads from the Econ range. They're an accessory pack that they sell. And also from Econ an EA16 detail pack. Now I think these are brilliant because there's lots of little bits of detail on there which are perfect for what we're about to build. Sadly, one part of that detail pack we can't use is the ladder. It's far too small, far too short, and not suitable at all for what we're about to do. So instead, I've gone to Scale Model Scenery. The Scale Model Scenery ladder pack, LX152-00, is perfect for what we're about to do here. You get 5 on a sprue, which is great because it means we can do more than one lamp at a go. And despite being made of this sort of card paper composite material, they're not at all sort of flimsy or flop about, that sort of thing. As you can see here, a little bit of paint and nice and solid, all in one piece and ideal for what we want. So, how big has this lamp got to be? Well, as we're working in double O gauge, I estimate, working from photographs, they need to be around 10 inches high. So we take the kebab stick and cut it down to length. Look at the top of the posts on the real thing, they've got a bit of an apex shape to them and a bit of a weatherproof cap. So this is done by just cutting the top of the stick, filing it to shape, and then fitting the cap made out of a little bit of paper and held in place with some super glue. Now that's been done, we need to look at the wire which we're going to be using to make the ring that actually holds the lamp and shade in place. Take some medium gauge wire, and working from photographs we can approximate the size and shape, and we bend it into the shape we need using some flat pliers. The brackets that are needed to hold this to the wooden post are made from microstrip. We take the length of the strip and cut it into around 6mm sections and glue it in place using super glue. Again, refer to prototype photos for the spacing between them on the post. Now that's all been done, we can glue the wire ring we've just made to the brackets. Again, refer to your photographs for positioning and height over the top. And once that's all done, we now need to fit the lamp and shade to that wire ring. This can be a little bit tricky, so take your time. I've found it easy to twist the wire together a little bit above the shade to create the piece that hangs down, and then just chase the power wire round the wire ring, over the bracket and down the wooden post. Hold everything together using super glue. If you use accelerator, it does make things a little bit easier because things don't move about as much while the glue is wet and you're less chance of gluing your fingers together. Now that's all been done, we can fit the ladder ring. Again, you'll find one of those on the EA16 detail pack. The one I've used here is actually a spare I got from a Wills kit, but had I not had that already available, I'd have been taking the one off the detail pack as I just said. If you take a little look at the lamp now, you'll see there's a bracket to one side of it. And the real thing is these brackets were there to carry the power cables that actually power the lights in the yard. Of course, our power is coming from below the baseboard, but I still want to put the bracket on. The bracket is made in the same way that we did the wire ring topper to hold the lampshade. It's just a slightly thinner gauge of wire, bent into shape using the flat pliers. Drill a couple of small holes in the side of the post, and hold everything together with a drop of super glue. Once that's all in place and we're happy with how it looks, we can take the base from the EA16 detail pack and just fit it to the bottom of our post. With these kebab sticks being around 4mm in diameter, it fits perfectly, which is rather lucky, isn't it? We've now got a base in which we can stand the lamp up and make it easy to position it on the layout. Before it actually gets fixed into place, of course, we'll need to paint it. I've been using Humbrol acrylic paints, number 67 and 251. 67 is the grey colour and 251 for the brown for the wood of the post. Of course you can paint your lamps in any colours you prefer, but working for the ones I've seen in colour photos from the 50s and 60s, these are the ones I've chosen to go with. We can now fit the lamp to the layout. So at this point I would recommend you add the resistor to your LED, because obviously without that, when you apply power, it's likely to blow and you've damaged your lamp. Now that's all together, we need to think about fitting that ladder. So we remove them from the sprue in the traditional way using a sharp blade, and now we can add them to the lamps themselves. Be delicate with them, of course, because they can be fragile, and just simply slip them through the ring and stand them a couple of feet to scale away from the base of the post. Take a little bit of time and care at this point because the ladder needs to be square and true. It must sit roughly centrally down the post itself and not lean to either side. Also try to avoid kinking or bending the ladder because it should be relatively straight when fitted. Once we're happy that everything is in about the right place, we can glue it down. Again, a little drop of super glue at the bottom of the ladder and a little drop of super glue at the top is all that's needed to hold it together. Once this is dry, we can now look at adding the brackets and other small detail parts. These all come from the EA16 detail pack. As you can see, I've got a couple of them here. First thing I've done from the pack is actually remove the call box. I'll be using this to act as the small box which was found at the bottom of these lamps, which actually contained the power switch for on and off. It may be a little bit overscale for what we're actually building, however I think it looks about right from photographs I've seen, so I'm going to go with it. One change I'm making to it, of course, is adding a little bit of a lid and a topper, as you can see here, from paper. Now we need to remove the bars themselves. They're going to hold the ladder in place. See, I've just done that rather quickly for you. I don't want to bore you at this point showing me cutting things out. And we take the spare one there. The reason I'm using extra ones is you've got one at the bottom, one at the top on each side. So the one at the top should be half the length of the one at the bottom. So in this case, 7mm. There we go. The reason I've used these off this kit as well, you can see they've got little bits of rivet detail, which I think is rather nice. When it's all ready, glue into position, and we're done. Yep, that's it, folks. As quick and as easy as that. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I hope it's been useful to you. I hope you take away a few good ideas, and I'd love to see any ones you build yourself. So all I can say is thanks for watching, and bye for now.